directed by Leigh Whannell and stars Elizabeth Moss, and tells the story of a girl who escapes an abusive relationship with this very rich boyfriend she used to have. And when she finds out that he committed suicide and she received $5 million from him, she then starts to see something or not see something going on around her. And she believes that her ex has found a way to become invisible and is haunting her throughout this entire film. And he's trying to do whatever he can to make her seem like she's crazy. And she's trying to prove that her ex has become invisible and is now haunting her. This is an extremely effective horror film. Very small movie. Was made for $7 million. And this was one of the luckier movies to have come out before the coronavirus. It made all of its money back, and it was rightfully deserving of all the praise, of all the audience members it attracted. This movie was extremely good. I was very surprised because movies like The Mummy or Frankenstein or Dracula Untold. Dracula Untold was but The Mummy and Frankenstein were very bad. So I was kind of concerned about this movie. But this director has created movies like Upgrade. So I didn't know what to expect. And he did a fantastic job making this movie modern, but not cringeworthy modern. It felt suspenseful in all the right ways. A lot of the editing is great and it cuts together perfectly. How a scene or scare plays out was effective in the way it was built up, the way it was paced. The whole movie was shot so beautifully. This movie looked more expensive than it actually is, and that's the biggest praise I can give it. The special effects that they used sparingly, and the camera work that they did with this movie was outstanding. There's a lot of wide shots that suggest that this guy is on screen and you just can't see him, and you're trying to look everywhere in the shot to find suggestions that he is right there. And the camera will also move between the hallways like it's following a character even when you're not there. It was just fantastic filmmaking here, and is one of the best examples on how to do horror, suggesting the unknown and having you fear what's going on without cheap jump scares or a cat jumping out of a can. It was fantastic. Elizabeth Moss and the rest of the cast did a great job in this film. They all felt realistic and never had a moment where all the characters felt like they're in a horror movie and they're just being stupid. The emotional elements with the characters worked very well, and you really feel for Elizabeth Moss's character. You actually care for her. The movie really shows you her struggles and what she's going through, and you really start to understand her as a character throughout the film, and it was just great. I really enjoyed the character work and performances here. Again, these actors did a great job. Storm Reid, it was not in the movie that much, but man, did she perform phenomenally better than A Wrinkle in Time. I'm not sure if it's just because she got more acting coaches than that movie, because in that movie I didn't think she was memorable, but here she did a fantastic job and was very likable. Overall, this movie was actually very good. I would say that a few issues I have were more about consistency throughout certain scenes and how certain characters go from one place to another in terms of vehicles, and how a lot of things could have been maybe explained better or fixed faster if there was like a security camera in a scene. And it kind of treads that line of being realistic, and it was a hard thing to balance on. But I think overall the movie did a fine job despite a few hiccups here and there. But overall, I really dug this film. I thought it was very great. And I'm going to give The Invisible Man an A-. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys next time.